Once a year, and this past weekend, Omaha, Nebraska is the center of the investing universe for the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting, the Woodstock of capitalism. The highlight is always the Q&A session with Warren Buffett and his deputy, Charlie Munger. Greg Warren is the Berkshire analyst for Morningstar, and there you were on that stage with him asking questions. What a privilege. But what was it like being in that Quest Center with 20,000 people? And is it a moment of panic or a thrill?
Well, you would almost think it's a moment of panic. You get up there, you're getting set up probably about 15, 20 minutes before they start the whole thing off. But oddly enough, I just sort of phased out the fact that there are 20,000 people sitting there in front of me and really focused in on the questions. And I think it helps a little bit too, because Warren and Charlie are kind of right off there to the side of you. You've got the laptop in front of you. You're sort of reading the questions directly off of it. So you're really focused in on what you're doing. You're also paying attention to how they're answering questions. You're looking for potential feedback loops, potential follow-on questions that you can ask. So after a while, the crowd just sort of phases out, because I mean
you only hear them probably when there are those lighter moments and there's humor in the air. And
well, and you've asked a good question too when they start clapping or they start laughing after the question goes
Now I know there were no moments of great insight and revelation, but a lot of little nuggets that help you as an analyst. Talk about, say, where the sectors are in the Berkshire portfolio and how they're doing. What questions were asked about them?
Well, there was a lot of questions this time around about Burlington Northern and about Mid-American. We brought a few questions to the table, and so did a couple of the analysts. We were really looking at sort of where acquisition activities potentially taking place. It looks like it's going to be a lot more on the Mid-American side. I brought up a question about capital spending and cash allocation, because Berkshire is sitting on a ton of excess cash right now. And we sort of brought up the point that Burlington Northern is still paying Berkshire a dividend. Mid-American does not. Mid-American's able to use that cash to go out and buy other things.
How about the succession? That's always a question. You have an inkling about that?
I think from a succession perspective, we're looking at Ajit Jain. We think he's probably the best capital allocator in chief that Warren can bring in.
How about his son, though? Howard Buffett?
Howard's actually going to be the chairman of the board. That's already been sort of spelled out. He's currently right now taking up some of the director roles, like on the Coca-Cola board. So he's definitely in that chairman role. He's sort of protecting the culture of Berkshire longer term.
Greg Warren from Morningstar, thanks so much.
Thank you.